DC here. Hi guys. Well, as Melissa would say, I'm back. Well, yes and no. It's been a very busy last 2 weeks, partially because of vacation. As you know, there are going to be some vids that will be coming from Irene and Dave, so Tweetness's visit. Everything is there. I just haven't had time to go through the slides. I didn't go through the slides. I'm talking in the past, aren't I? Going through the pictures and vids and see what I can make of it. But some things will come for sure. Yeah, I've been also very busy because I've been getting things ready. You know, I always use this nice little euphemism, career change. I've had things to get ready, loads of things to get ready. And that has taken more or less all my time last week. So I've not been watching vids. I've not been really there. I've just been too busy. Now I'll try and get back in this impossible task. Okay. But that'll be it. Now, what I wanted to do today more is to get into, I think it's going to be now already the before last SpookyUniversity by Claire. Actually, the question was of the style, what would you, if you had a museum done for yourself, or if you were like the subject of a museum, what would one have in it? Well, I probably would answer a lot of things. I think many people would say I'd have the people around me, I think of my family and so on. But myself, when I think about that, I sometimes wonder, sometimes I feel like I'm a bit like Peter Pan. Have you seen that movie? It was like was it with Robin Williams, where he was the grown-up Peter Pan and somebody had to remind him who he was, that he was a kid at one point. Now, I would have, if I had a museum, I'd have pictures. I'd probably have loads of pictures of people, because I like to see my life as one of communication, one of relations, and love of people. I'd have pictures of myself, my family, my wife when we met, our children, but I'd also have pictures of friends. I could see, like, there'd be little clips, because I run them in my head all the time. There would be little clips here and there of parts of the life, like a docudrama. It would be a living museum. It would be one where you would walk in and you'd see bits of life, bits of love, a bit of everything. Like I say, I like to think myself sometimes as that grown-up Peter Pan, but who has his glimpses of youth, glimpses of fun, and I think you can see that sometimes. People who have been following my vids over years probably see that over years, 2 years now, very soon actually. We'll see that. There's that serious part that comes out in some of the vlogs, and then there's that child, you know, who likes to have fun. The last vid when I was with Dave and Irene, and Mrs. DC was sleeping actually, because this was like in the wee hours of the night. And when we made this vid called The Perils of Tweetness, it's a silly vid, it's a very silly vid, but we had a lot of fun. We had more fun, I think, getting dressed up than actually making the vid. And as you can imagine, it was a vid probably after a few drinks. And a lot of discussion that went on first, you know. And we were like kids. And that would be it. I think you would see, if I had a museum for me, there would be certain toys, there would be certain books, or there'd be loads of books, there'd be books all over, but there'd be series that have influenced me. It could be The Black Stallion when I was a kid, it could be some of the C.S. Lewis books, a whole bunch of other ones. I'm not going to get into that now. There would be a lot of things. You would see scenes of, you would see scenes of camping. You would see scenes of fishing, walking along. If there was a museum, well, there'd certainly be a computer. And I think on that computer there'd be YouTube vids playing. And there'd be pots and pans. Pots and pans for that passion of mine, which is also, cooking. Irene said it when she was here, that I was trying to feed her up. I don't know if she thought I meant fatten her up. No, she doesn't need to be fattened up. She's a beautiful lady and a lovely lady. And, like I said right in the beginning, I'll get back to vids about their visit, but that's not what we're talking about. No, I'd still have in that museum, I think I'd have scenes of, we'd have tables where there would be food and there would be people around and there'd be little vids showing people enjoying themselves. I also think I'd like to have a little corner for spiritual things. It's always been a big part of my life. I always thought that it was important. I still do. And I would have a corner for that so that people would also see, if it was a museum, what people would also see that was a very important part of my life. Talking about this is a bit like making an epitaph in a way, isn't it? I don't want to, have a tombstone in there, but if there was a tombstone, I hope that somebody would write something of the style. He was good. He loved people. He loved his family. He loved his God, and he loved you. And yeah, I think that that would sum it up. And he liked to have fun. I've often said that humor is part of my way of life, part of my theology, and just the way of being. If there was a museum, it wouldn't be my museum. It'd be all of yours. Because all my friends would be in it, one way or another. So I wouldn't have a museum for me. We'd have a museum. Okay, Claire, that's my answer for this Spooky University. I saw there was another one. I'll have to get to it. Oh, God. I have so many vids to watch now. I don't know if I'll ever manage. I'm going to have to do cherry picking, as we say, and take some. I'm sorry about that. It's just the way that it's been. But, if you have a museum in your name, you would probably realize that a lot of things would be in there as well. But you can't put everything. And that's, I guess, the way that life is. But here we are talking to each other again. And I do hope that I'll be getting into some more vids lately in the days to come. No promises. I know, by the way, that we can do up to 15 minutes. I will not scare you by making 15-minute vlogs. I'll try and keep it still as short as possible. But as certain people who have visited me not too long ago said, boy, that person is a talker. Yes, he is. Well, I'll stop on that. So this is going to be DC. He's going to be signing off. Take care. I love you guys.